Greetings, beloved. I'm Dr. Felicia LaBoy, lead pastor and life coach here at the historic First United Methodist Church in downtown Elgin, Illinois, with another motivational moment from the Bible. These motivational moments have been designed to help you better apply what you hear in church on Sunday, what you may read or listen to during your private devotional time, what you may even learn in your small group or in Bible study, to take those biblical concepts and to make them a part of your everyday life. This week, as a part of our series, Merciful Me, we are looking at a very familiar passage of Scripture, the 23rd Psalm, specifically those first few verses. Most of the time when those first few verses are read, they start like this: "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Did you know that in the original language that the connotation for those words are this: because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. Because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. Before I continue with my words, I want to invite you to pick up Dallas Willard's book, Life Without Lack, to understand more and more the richness of the promises that are in Psalm 23. Promises that encourage us to live bravely and boldly. What would happen if you and I knew that in every situation we win? Even in the presence of our enemies, that God spreads out a table to demonstrate to others just how blessed we are. That's what that passage means. Like I said, Dr. Willard does a much better job than me. It's a wonderful Bible study, but I want to invite you. Now, I know Dr. Willard might be a little more conservative for some of you all's taste, but I want to encourage you to take a moment to read his book on Psalm 23. It is incredible how he lifts up the promises that are there and the prayer that's been included in that study. Man, to walk with this understanding that God is our shepherd. So what in the world would it mean for us to live life to have this understanding that because the Lord is our shepherd, he guides us, he provides for us, he allows for places for us to rest. He has everything that we need is in him. What would it mean to live like that? And what in the world does it have to do with being merciful? I am so glad that you asked. If I look at my own life, and I would bet the same is for you, often when I am short with people, often when I'm not as merciful as I could be, it's often because I believe that either I am already in a place of lack or I will be in a place of lack if I demonstrate mercy to this person. Let me see if I can help you. Often, when someone needs my time and attention, and I am super busy because I have been so foolish as to not build any margin in my schedule, I'm often curt with people, especially if I'm someplace and the line's moving slow or the person's moving slow or I get the training. You all know what I mean, right? I believe at that moment that I am in a position of lack. I don't have enough time. When in fact, sometimes the extra time that's been built in, I have discovered that God is using that in a way that helps me. Let me see if I can give a good example. The other day I was in the grocery store, and it was funny because nothing about my day had gone the way that I had planned. I had an appointment, I thought, earlier, and my nail tech was running late. And so I said, I'll come back in an hour. Then the next place I went to didn't have the price that had been advertised for something. So I had to go to another store. Then I go to the other store and I said, oh, let me go in this store. And then I have to wait for the person to wait on me. You're getting to see a pattern. And even when I got back, I still had to wait, right? But while I was sitting there waiting, I picked up my phone and, oh, I had a coupon for dinner. Okay. After I got my nails done, I decided to order dinner. And then as soon as I did that, I had another thing. It said that I had a thing to get a free dinner. But that's not where this idea of lack comes in. I decide that maybe I have a few minutes to run to the grocery store before I go pick up our dinner and can go home and rest and relax. Well, I go to the grocery store and I am looking for something and I can't find it. And then the next thing I know, this woman comes up to me in the grocery store and she said, I hope you don't mind me saying this to you, but I am a Christian and the Lord just wants to know you to know that He sees you. And I want to know if it's okay if I add you to my prayer list. I was blown away because, see, yesterday I was really feeling pretty tired and weary. I was questioning whether I had enough time to just sit still and be quiet and listen and rest. This woman confirmed all of that for me and said, the Lord just wants you to know that you are blessed and that He sees you. Now, that may not be a big deal to you, but I'm a person that I know that God does that with me sometimes. So He has me go up to someone at a store, say something or whatever, and then the woman prayed for me. And I can tell you as a pastor, it's not often that people pray for me out loud and initiate a hug or initiate a prayer for me. I was incredibly blessed. But as the lady and I shared all those delays that got us to that point, as she said that she was at the end of a street and she had the right of way, but the Lord told her to wait while these 4 cars passed her. And she and I both realized that in the waiting, God had set it up so that we would be in the place at the right time. Wow. How merciful of our God to provide words of encouragement, someone to pray for me. What mercy. What mercy. Beloved, there is nothing that you and I need that the Lord won't provide. He makes that promise over and over, right? Give and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken over, shall people pour into your bosom. It says I don't have to worry about tithing because when I tithe, the Lord fixes it for me, right? Well, Pastor, I haven't gotten any money. Every blessing is not about money. I know this. I can tell you there's not been one time in my life that God hasn't asked me to give something up or to give something to someone that He hasn't blessed me in ways that I can't imagine. And I'm not talking about, quid pro quo that you give to get. I'm just telling you that when you and I walk around with this abundant mindset, because that's what it is, to live without lack, to know that everything we need will be provided, that's an abundant mindset versus a scarcity mindset that says I have to hold on to everything or I have to grasp for every opportunity rather than waiting for the Lord's wisdom, that I have to be worried about defending myself in the midst of enemies. To really walk as if surely goodness and mercy follow me. Goodness and mercy follow me, track me down all the days of my life. That God is looking for opportunities to be good to us over and over and over again. To live like every day new are His mercies. Great is God's faithfulness. To live like that means that you and I can face today and the future unafraid because the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, creator of the universe, the world framed by His words, the one who died for us, who was merciful towards us, the Lord is our shepherd. Because the Lord is our shepherd, we don't have to run around with a scarcity mentality and try to do everything and not take any rest because He provides everything we need. We are God's problem. I heard Joyce Meyer say that she wakes up in the morning sometimes and says, Lord, now I'm your problem. So please help me today because you know how I am. And that's even before our feet hit the floor. Beloved, what would it be like to walk around with an abundant mindset that says, I don't have to worry about a thing because the Lord is my shepherd. I can rest You can rest in that fact because the Lord is our shepherd. We have everything we need. And if you go through Dr. Willard's book, you'll find out that grass in Palestine is not like grass here, like these big lush meadows. Grass is on the side of a mountain in very small spaces, and it's a shepherd that leads the sheep to these areas of nourishment where it's very dry and where there is very little, at least to the naked eye, to the sheep's eye. Wow. I want to live from that spot, and I know you do too. And I want to be that merciful. I want to acknowledge that I received God's mercy in that way so I can give it away, recognizing that no one's going to play me. I won't get the short shrift if I extend mercy to those who need it and to those who don't deserve it. Beloved, I pray that you'll stick around for this week's Refresh Your Soul moment. I almost said bless your soul, but it's probably that too. It's Reverend Milton Brunson and his choir, and they're singing, "Because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need." I pray that that'll be your meditation for this week. Beloved, I am Dr. Felicia LeBoy, lead pastor and life coach here at the historic First United Methodist Church in downtown Elgin, Illinois. Be blessed. Remember, be merciful. And live in the abundance of knowing that the Lord is your shepherd and you don't have any lack at all. Neither do I. Be blessed. I'll see you here again next week. Love you.
Because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. He lets me rest in the meadow's grass and leads me beside the quiet stream. He restores my family and he helps me to do what others him the most. That's why I'm safe. That's why I'm safe. That's why I'm safe. Safe in his arms. Because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. He lets me rest in the meadow's grass, and he leads me beside the quiet stream. He restores my failing health, and he helps me to do